Hi, welcome to ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Pickle.
I'm Anuja, and today we're going to show you how to make Mangai Thokku. This is the pickle from South, and it is really delicious. Doesn't need a whole lot of, the sun and waiting for a week for the pickle to get, ready to be eaten. You can just, cook it and basically use it right away. And basically, thokku is it's in between a pickle and a curry, so somewhere around there, and there's different variations. Here's our version of this recipe. So here we have 2 good sized green mangoes, and you want to make sure they're hard. You don't want semi-sweet ones, because otherwise your pickle is not going to not have that tanginess and the tartness that you really need.
Yeah, it'll be like a chundo. I know Gujaratis have this very sweet and sour mango pickle, but there's nothing like this.
Yeah, there you go. So here we washed it and we've peeled one, and I'm going to just peel the other one. Now you can keep the peel on if your mango peel is soft and tender. If you could just peel one side and you eat it, and if you don't have to really chew on it, you can easily use the peel. And sometimes actually the peel tends to be bitter because it's so young. Yeah. But so right now mangoes are really not in season, but we were desperate to make this pickle, so we just bought it. So we're going to peel it, just because we don't want to ruin our food and our efforts.
So there's one of 2 ways that we can deal with this raw mango. You can either take a nice big shredder and just shred it, and that takes a little bit of effort, or you can just cut off all the pulp of it and use a food processor, and that's what we're doing.
Right. So what we're going to do is just cut off the edges, because there's a big pit inside, and of course you don't want to use that. So we're going to just chop off the flesh and then put it in the food processor, give it a whirl, make sure there's small pieces, and we'll take it from there.
And you want to try to get as close to the seed as possible so you don't waste.
Oh yeah.
So once our mango is all chopped and in our food processor, we're going to pulse it and process this.
So of course the smaller you make it, the faster it cooks. So depending on how much rush you are in to eat this, you can cut it accordingly. But this is what we're using.
So we have a small pan here, and we have 4 tablespoons of sesame oil heating up in here.
So actually this gingery oil or sesame oil, this is the best for pickles. It really works out really good for pickles. It's got a good flavor. And so we are using this, but if for some reason you cannot find this, you can use either olive oil or just go to canola oil. So either way is fine.
And this is hot.
To this we're going to add 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds and allow them to pop. And once the mustard seeds are popping, you're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon Asafoetida and chopped mangoes. So we've increased the heat to a high, and what we're going to do is, of course, it's mixed really well. What we're going to do is we're going to cover it, and we're going to allow the mango to cook and reduce quite a bit. But keep an eye on it. You have to keep stirring it because it is on high, and you just basically want the mango to just reduce and become concentrated form basically. So the thokku looks good. The oil has started separating, but there's not a whole lot of oil to start with, so you will not see a puddle over there.
And it's reduced quite a bit too. It was almost full before, and it's come down a lot. And if you just press down on it, you can actually see the oil coming out. So good indication it's ready to go on to the next step.
And we're going to add some salt, teaspoons of salt or to taste, but it is pickle, so it needs to be a little on the intense side. And of course red chili. Now red chili again is going to depend on how spicy your chili is. We are going to be using this whole thing. I saw the look on your face. Yeah. We're just going to use a little bit so we get a good color, and honestly you'll have to really just taste it out and see. And another good excuse to taste your dish. So we put 1.5 right now, and 1 for good luck.
We're going to be very lucky after this.
Actually, this pickle tastes so good. with yogurt rice. It's so, so good. Okay. And we have fenugreek leaves, dried fenugreek leaves or kasturi methi. And we're just going to take a handful. You need about a tablespoon. And we're just going to crush it in there. And this kind of gives it a little bitter and just balances out the tartness of the mango, or the tanginess of the mango actually.
You know, a lot of pickles do have whole methi or fenugreek seeds in it.
Right.
And I think this is neat that, you know, you get the same effect of flavor, but you don't have the whole seeds in there. It's nice.
Imagine biting into one of those.
Right. And we're going to let this go for another couple of minutes and let everything incorporate, and we'll be done. And our pickle is done. It just looks so good. Everything is all incorporated, all the flavors. And we're going to take this out into a bowl. And if you notice, this pickle is on the dry side. It's not swimming in oil like most pickles are. And of course,
That's my choice.
exactly. We intend to eat this fairly quickly. But if you are going to hold on to this pickle for, you know, an extended period of time, then instead of the 4 tablespoons of oil that we used, you can just double it, or, you know, just add on a little extra so that there's more oil and it preserves it longer.
Right. And a lot of times what they do is people, if they're going to, you know, they don't want to use a lot of oil for cooking and they just want to preserve it, you just take a little bit of oil and make it go up to a smoking point, then turn it off, cool it down, and you can just add it on top and just mix it. So that way it does not go into the food, it just preserves it and does not let your pickle get spoiled.
Right.
So another great tip. So now what we're going to do is let it cool down. Absolutely. It really, really needs to cool down really, really well. And then take a bottle or a container, a clean one and an airtight one, and you can put it in that and keep it in the refrigerator, or if you've got the oil on top, you can even keep it in a cabinet. So this is one pickle I can have as a sabzi.
I can have any pickle, but you know, I love raw mangoes, and they have such a nice tart flavor to it, so this is awesome. As you can see, I'm having it all by itself now. Not even a sabzi.
Actually, it's very good even on bread as a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Imagine.
I love South Indian pickles, honestly.
It was so good.
Right on.
That methi adds a wonderful touch. I can't tell you. You got to try this one.
It balances it out.
Yeah.
So it's really, really nice. And so enjoy your Maangai Thokku or mango pickle. And join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com.
Adding a pinch of spice to your life.